Who? Daddy. Oh, Dad's calling, actually from the Middle East. There you go. You're gonna wave on camera, okay? All right, so that's my soldier from the Middle East, Sergeant First Class, Nicholas Black.
I was the senior medical officer responsible for the medical care of all of the, about 10,000 soldiers and airmen.
I served in the Army on active duty from 2001 until 2006. I wouldn't be where I am now if I hadn't have, done my time in the military. So it's something I'm very proud of.
I am the one in the middle, I believe. Yep. First class petty officer on the USS Virginia and retired eventually as an Army captain in charge of a medical detachment.
I was a field surgeon and emergency room physician. One of my 3 deployments to Iraq, I think that's Saddam's old palace. So when I enlisted in the Army in 1993, when I was going through in-processing, I had to get a bunch of vaccines. And I just remember this long assembly line of young men in their underwear just getting shots.
And you're getting 4 to 5 shots in each arm all at one time.
I dug up my vaccination records. I got so many vaccines that they're not 1 but 2 cards, and it covers the gamut from typhoid and polio to anthrax and everything in between.
The thought that went through my mind is I was thankful that the United States Army cared enough about me as one of its soldiers to vaccinate me and protect me against all the things that I might be exposed to. Now that we're in the midst of the biggest pandemic that I've seen in my lifetime, I'm thankful to be part of an organization here at Auctioneer Lafayette General where they're really doing everything they can to protect our providers and our employees so that we can continue with the mission and take care of others who are vulnerable.
In my family, I was the first one to get vaccinated. And I absolutely felt that, as the leader of my household, that I should go first and that, I would be able to speak from my experience to my wife and to my family members of, how did I tolerate it? What am I seeing? What am I feeling?
My second dose was done January 20th, so it was really quick. Being in the military, we take shots for everything. But when you have the doctors, people you trust telling you it's safe, us being Marines, we take that very seriously. We always look up to those who have that experience and have that knowledge.
We are at war. This pandemic is our enemy. A military person makes decisions looking at risk and rewards 24/7. That's what we do. I had to make the decision to basically trust my leadership and get the vaccine with my comorbidities, open heart surgery 3 years ago, type 1 diabetic, been on an insulin pump for 25 years, hypertension, and I had to look at that and go, do I take my chances with the vaccine or do I take my chances with COVID? And to me, it was just a no-brainer.
For me, ultimately, it came down to my patients. And so many of our patients are immunocompromised. And part of continuing the mission, so to speak, is to take care of the people that I'm responsible for.
Now, I heard a story, and you and I were talking about this earlier, I want to revisit it, that you had a friend who would identify as an anti-vaxxer, and he had put some words on social media, his thoughts and opinions on not getting vaccinated. You decided to comment, so tell me about that experience.
From one former Army veteran to another, and he's a dear friend of mine, we took some jabs at each other, busted each other's chops, but I had to say something. I had to remind him that when you signed up, when you enlisted and you were in processing, you received every vaccination for every disease, process, and virus known across the planet. I had to ask, help me understand why now you have an issue with a vaccine that is our #1 mechanism for mitigating this pandemic. And, I tried not to be pushy. I tried not to be condescending. I just wanted to have a very thoughtful discussion. There was some back and forth, but after it, he and I talked offline, and he thanked me for opening his eyes to his own, basically, hypocrisy. And you know, he just reminded me that it's a tough discussion for all of us because we all have our own personal convictions and we're all doing what we feel is right. But sometimes we're basing our opinions and our emotions on incomplete information. We're humans. You know, it's normal to struggle with complicated conversations and complicated matters like COVID-19. But I think when I was able to take a step back and look at the bigger picture and just listen to some of our experts, our very talented medical staff, it really opened my eyes to this. And it let me know this is about our community. Getting the shot is not about me. It's about my vocation, which is to serve others. This is so much bigger than me or any of us. This is about saving our community and our country.